Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Manoj Singh Rana, and with me is Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches digital payment solution eRupee, says voucher will help in targeted, transparent and leakage-free delivery. Prime Minister to interact with beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in Gujarat tomorrow. Both houses of Parliament adjourned for the day following pandemonium over Pegasus snooping and farm laws. Parliament passes Inland Vessels Bill seeking to introduce a uniform regulatory framework for inland vessel navigation across the country. President Ram Nath Kovind addresses special function to mark centenary celebrations of Madras Legislative Council, stresses on rational governance to uplift the poor and eradicate social evils. Over 47 crore 22 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. National recovery rate stands at 97.35%. Centre rushes multidisciplinary team to Maharashtra to monitor Zika virus situation in the state. India and China agree to continue effective efforts to ensure stability along LAC in Western sector. Culture Ministry launches unique program to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on Independence Day this year. And at the Tokyo Olympics, Indian women's hockey team scripts history by reaching Olympic semi-finals for the first time. Men's hockey team to take on Belgium in semi-finals tomorrow. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others to get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched eRupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment through video conferencing. eRupee, a person and purpose-specific digital payment solution, is a QR code or SMS string-based e-voucher which is delivered to the mobile of the beneficiaries. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Modi said the country is giving a new dimension to digital governance and eRupee will play a great role in strengthening the direct benefit transfer DBT. The Prime Minister said eRupee voucher will help everyone in targeted, transparent and leakage-free delivery. Mr. Modi said the centre is taking over 300 government schemes to the poor through the DBT.
आज केंद्र सरकार 300 से ज्यादा योजनाओं का लाभ डीबीटी के माध्यम से, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर के माध्यम से लोगों तक पहुंचा रही है। लगभग 90 करोड़ देशवासियों को इसके तहत किसी न किसी रूप में लाभ हो रहा है। राशन हो, एलपीजी गैस हो, इलाज हो, स्कॉलरशिप हो, पेंशन हो, मजदूरी हो, घर बनाने के लिए मदद हो, ऐसे अनेक लाभ डीबीटी से मिल रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister said 1,35,000 crore rupees have been transferred to farmers under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. 85,000 crore rupees for government purchase of wheat were also dispersed in this manner. He said the biggest benefit of all this is that 1,78,000 crore rupees were prevented from going to the wrong hands. Mr. Modi said eRupee is a futuristic reform that is being initiated at the time when the country is to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. He said eRupee vouchers are purpose-specific and will ensure that the benefits of the voucher are availed for the service it is meant for.
eRupee एक तरह से पर्सन के साथ-साथ पर्पज स्पेसिफिक भी है। जिस मकसद से कोई मदद या कोई बेनिफिट दिया जा रहा है वो उसी के लिए प्रयोग होगा, ये eRupee सुनिश्चित करने वाला है।
Mr. Modi said if any organization wants to help people in their treatment or education or for any other purpose, then they will be able to give e-rupee instead of cash.
इसे अगर राष्ट्रीय परिप्रेक्ष्य में देखें तो अगर सरकार द्वारा किताबों के लिए पैसा भेजा गया है तो ई-रूपी ये सुनिश्चित करेगा कि किताबें ही खरीदी जाएं। अगर यूनिफॉर्म के लिए पैसा भेजा है तो उससे यूनिफॉर्म ही खरीदी जाए। अगर सब्सिडाइज खाद के लिए मदद की है तो वो खाद खरीदने के लिए ही काम आए। गर्भवती महिलाओं के लिए दिए गए कैश से सिर्फ पोषक आहार ही खरीदा जा सके, यानी पैसा देने के बाद हम उसका जो इस्तेमाल चाहते हैं ई-रूपी वाउचर उसे सिद्ध करेगा।
The Prime Minister said when it comes to innovations and the use of technology in service delivery, India has the ability to give global leadership along with big countries of the world.
आज हम टेक्नोलॉजी को गरीबों की मदद के, उनकी प्रगति के एक टूल के रूप में देख रहे हैं। आज दुनिया देख रही है कैसे भारत में टेक्नोलॉजी पारदर्शिता और ईमानदारी ला रही है, कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी नए अवसरों को पैदा करने में, उन्हें गरीबों को सुलभ बनाने का काम कर रही है और कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी सरकार और लाल फीताशाही पर सामान्य मानवी की निर्भरता को कम कर रही है।
Mr. Modi said during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Arogya Setu app is among the most downloaded apps in the world.
इस महामारी के दौरान भी देश ने तकनीक की ताकत को महसूस किया है। आरोग्य सेतु ऐप का उदाहरण भी हमारे सामने है। आज ये ऐप सबसे ज्यादा डाउनलोडेड ऐप में से एक है। इसी तरह कोविन पोर्टल भी आज हमारे वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम में, वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर के चयन में, रजिस्ट्रेशन में, वैक्सीन सर्टिफिकेट प्राप्त करने में देशवासियों की बड़ी मदद कर रहा है।
The Prime Minister will interact with beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana PMGKAY in Gujarat at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow through video conferencing. A public participation program is being launched in the state to create further awareness about the scheme. The Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat will also be present on the occasion. The PMGKAY is a food security welfare scheme that was envisaged by the Prime Minister to provide assistance and help mitigate the economic impact of COVID-19. Both the Houses of Parliament today continue to witness pandemonium over Pegasus snooping and the farm laws. After facing repeated adjournments, both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha were adjourned for the day. In the Lok Sabha, when the House met after the third adjournment at 3:30 p.m., members from the Congress, TMC, Left and others again trooped into the well raising slogans. Amid ruckus, the House passed the General Insurance Business Nationalization Amendment Bill 2021. After that, the presiding officer adjourned the House for the day. Earlier, the Tribunals Reforms Bill 2021 was introduced in the House amidst a din. Similar scenes were witnessed in the Rajya Sabha. When the House reassembled at 3:36 p.m. after the third adjournment, the opposition members including Congress, TMC, Left and Aam Aadmi Party continued with the demand for discussion over Pegasus snooping and the farm laws. Members from SP, Shiv Sena and NCP were also on their feet. Amid uproar, the Appropriation Bills 2021 were moved in the House. As the protesting members were in no mood to relent, the presiding officer adjourned the House for the day. Earlier, in the midst of unruly scenes, the House passed the Inland Vessels Bill 2021. The Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2021 was introduced. In the morning, both the Houses congratulated badminton player PV Sindhu for winning the bronze medal in the Tokyo Olympics.
Parliament has passed the Inland Vessels Bill 2021 with the Rajya Sabha approving it today amid din. The Lok Sabha has already passed the bill. The legislation is to replace the Inland Vessels Act 1917. The bill seeks to introduce a uniform regulatory framework for inland vessel navigation across the country. It provides for a central database for recording the details of vessel registration and crew on an electronic portal. The bill defines mechanically propelled inland vessels to include ships, boats, sailing vessels, container vessels and ferries. The bill was passed after a brief discussion amid uproar. Speaking on the bill, Minister for Port Shipping and Waterways, Sarbanand Sonowal, highlighted its importance and features.
You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches digital payment solution e-Rupee, says voucher will help in targeted, transparent and leakage-free delivery. Prime Minister to interact with beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in Gujarat tomorrow. Both houses of parliament adjourned for the day following pandemonium over Pegasus snooping and farm laws. Parliament passes Inland Vessels Bill seeking to introduce a uniform regulatory framework for inland vessel navigation across the country. President Ramnath Kovind addresses special function to mark centenary celebrations of Madras Legislative Council, stresses on rational governance to uplift the poor and eradicate social evils. Over 47 crore 22 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. National recovery rate stands at 97.35%. Centre rushes multidisciplinary team to Maharashtra to monitor Zika virus situation in the state. India and China agree to continue effective efforts to ensure stability along LAC in western sector. Culture Ministry launches unique program to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on Independence Day this year. And at the Tokyo Olympics, Indian women's hockey team scripts history by reaching Olympic semi-finals for the first time. Men's hockey team to take on Belgium in semi-finals tomorrow. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the evening news. President Ramnath Kovind today addressed a special function to mark the centenary celebrations of the Madras Legislative Council in Chennai. Speaking at the event, President Kovind said the Madras Legislative Council has been the fountainhead of several pieces of progressive legislations. He stressed on rational governance to uplift the poor and eradicate the social evils.
The Legislative Council enacted many forward-looking legislations and also underwent many changes in its early decades. That spirit of democracy remains the guiding light of the state legislature. It would not be wrong to say that this legislature became the fountainhead of many progressive legislations which were subsequently replicated across the country to empower the weaker sections of society and strengthen our democracy.
In the function, President Kovind unveiled the portrait of the former Chief Minister and the late DMK Chief M. Karunanidhi in the Assembly building. The President reached Chennai this afternoon on a 5-day official visit to the state. He was received at the airport by Governor Banwari Lal Purohit, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and other senior officials. Our correspondent has filed this report.
President Ramnath Kovind said the state body can rightly be credited with nurturing the roots of democracy by focusing on rational governance to uplift the poor and purge social evils. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin said the House has passed several progressive legislations that empower the women, the poor and the marginalized. President Kovind is slated to address the tri-service officers who are undergoing training in the Defence Services Staff College at Wellington near Ooty, the hill resort town, on Wednesday. Jai Singh, AIR News, Chennai.
Former Chief Executive Officer of Prasar Bharati Jawahar Sarkar was today declared elected unopposed to the Rajya Sabha from West Bengal as the BJP decided not to contest for the seat. After the scheduled period for withdrawal of candidature was over this afternoon, Mr. Sarkar was handed over the certificate in Kolkata. Mr. Sarkar had been nominated by the Trinamool Congress as the seat was vacated by the erstwhile member Dinesh Trivedi.
India's cumulative COVID vaccination coverage has surpassed 47 crore 78 lakh mark today. The Union Health Ministry said more than 53 lakh 67,000 vaccine doses have been administered today. The recovery rate is now at 97.35%. More than 36,000 patients recovered during the last 24 hours. India reported over 40,000 new cases in the last 24 hours. The COVID helpline numbers are available on our website www.newsonair.gov.in. Kerala witnessed a slight dip in the COVID figures as the state confirmed 13,984 new positive cases today. 118 deaths were confirmed due to COVID today, taking the total death toll to 16,955. Bringing respite, 15,923 people recovered from the coronavirus infection. Meanwhile, the central team visited Thiruvananthapuram, Kannur and Kasaragod districts today and took stock of the COVID situation in the regions. The team of health experts led by Director at the National Centre for Disease Control, Dr. Sujit Singh, recommended that in the coming days, stringent restrictions backed by scientific measures need to be put in place in order to curb the escalating test positivity rate figures in various parts of the state where the infection is most prevalent.
Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray today announced that shops will be permitted to remain open till 8 p.m. on weekdays instead of 4 p.m. in the districts where COVID infections have reduced. He said restrictions will continue in those districts where the infection is still on the rise. For Mumbai local trains, the Chief Minister said that allowing all segments of society would be difficult in the first phase as the easing of curbs was being done slowly. Mr. Thackeray, however, appealed for cooperation from people in those areas where relaxing the norms was not possible currently due to the caseload. The state government released new guidelines under its Break the Chain order today in this regard. According to the new guidelines, the restrictions have been imposed through Break the Chain orders dated 4th of June and the 17th of June for Level 3 will be continued for 11 districts. The Rajanapet model of COVID-resilient village in Telangana is a success story of how by public health innovations in support with the state government could reach the goal. Rajanapet, a hamlet in Rajana Sirsila district, achieved COVID-resilient status with 100% vaccination. This was possible through Project Madad, which successfully created an entirely COVID-resilient village, a 5-pronged model devised by the project and piloted by the district health team. The Rajanapet village, with a population of 2,253, including children, could get universal vaccine coverage status while embracing best practices in COVID-19 control. We have a report.
On 31st July, Rajanapet, a hamlet in Rajana Sirsila district, achieved COVID resilient status with first dose vaccination of 1,328 eligible adults in a marathon 4-day campaign following 10 weeks of public health innovations. Project Madad's team shared globally proven COVID-19 best practices with 1,500 rural health workers, countered COVID-19 misinformation and raised vaccination acceptance among villagers using graphics and AV content in the vernacular language. Raja Kartikeya, project leader Project Madad, has more to say.
We were able to transfer global best practices in COVID management to rural healthcare workers successfully. We did this for over 1,500 workers across Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. But in this village in particular, we saw extraordinary receptivity from the healthcare workers. We were able to identify rumors, conspiracy theories, and other apprehensions about vaccines.
Suresh Dharmapuri, AR News, Hyderabad.
The centre has rushed a multidisciplinary team to Maharashtra to monitor the Zika virus situation and support the state government in the management of the virus. A case of Zika was reported in Pune district recently. The Health Ministry said the 3-member central team consists of a public health expert from the Office of Regional Director at Pune, a gynecologist from Lady Hardinge Medical College in New Delhi, and an entomologist from the National Institute of Malaria Research of the Indian Council of Medical Research in New Delhi. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
The team shall work closely with the State Health Department and take a stock of the situation on ground and assesses whether the Union Health Ministry's action plan for Zika management is being implemented or not, and recommend necessary public health intervention for management of Zika in the state. On August 1st, a Zika virus affected patient was found in Pune district. According to the State Health Department, the woman who was infected with Zika has completely recovered and no one in her family has any symptoms. Bhavna Gokhale, AIR News, Mumbai.
The Central Board of Secondary Education, Cbse, has released the exam schedule for Class 12 candidates who want to appear for the examinations to improve their scores. The exams will be conducted from the 16th of August to the 15th of September. In a statement, the Cbse said the exams will also be conducted for students who were placed in the compartment category in the board results. The registration portal will be soon made available on the board's website. It said candidates appearing for improvement and appearing for compartment exams based on the result declared in 2021 will have to register at the portal. The Cbse had declared the Class 12 results on the 30th of last month based on the alternate assessment criteria.
Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray today visited the flood-hit areas in Sangli district including Bhilwadi, Ankalkhop and Kasbe Digraj to take stock of the situation and reviewed steps taken by the district administration towards flood management. Mr. Thackeray assured the flood victims of complete assistance by the state government and said that the state machinery is engaged in assessing the damage caused by the deluge.
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has expressed concern over the flood-like situation in the districts of South Bengal. Sources said in the state cabinet meeting held today, she directed the concerned ministers to visit the affected districts and take all possible measures. She also asked them to monitor the relief and rehabilitation work and ensure proper distribution of relief materials. 7 lives have been lost due to the rain-related incidents in the state over the past few days. The state government has already evacuated around 90,000 people from the vulnerable areas where the flood threat is looming large due to incessant rainfall over the past few days and release of water from the dams. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met BJP MPs from all the northeastern states. The MPs discussed various issues including the Assam-Mizoram border dispute. After the meeting, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju said during the meeting the MPs gave a memorandum to the Prime Minister about parties like Congress politicking Assam-Mizoram border issue. Mr. Modi told the BJP MPs that his love and affection for Northeast is natural and urged them not to look at it from the prism of politics. The BJP MPs in the memorandum said a series of confidence-building measures have taken place over the last few days, yet actions of Congress remain mischievous. On the 26th of July, 6 Assam police personnel and 1 civilian were killed and more than 50 people injured in a violent clash between the police of the two states in Kachar district.
The Railways has registered the highest ever incremental freight loading in July this year. It has achieved the freight loading of 17.54 million tons, an increase of 18.43% over the same period last year. The major incremental growth has been registered in coal, cement, steel, iron and food grains. India and China have agreed to continue their effective efforts in ensuring stability along the line of actual control (LAC) in the western sector. In a joint press release after the 12th round of the India-China Corps Commander level meeting held at the Trishul-Moldo border, both countries also agreed to jointly maintain peace and tranquility. This round of meeting was held following the meeting of the foreign ministers of India and the People's Republic of China on the 14th of July in Dushanbe and the 22nd meeting of the Working Mechanism for Consultation and Coordination on India-China Border Affairs WMCC held on the 25th of June. The two sides had a candid and in-depth exchange of views on resolution of remaining areas related to disengagement along the LAC in the western sector of India-China border areas.
In Jammu and Kashmir, Anantnag police have busted a terror module linked with terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba and have arrested 4 accused persons involved in developing an IED to carry out blasts in Anantnag town, besides motivating gullible youth to join the terror foes by using social media and online platforms. Incriminating materials including hand grenade have also been recovered from their possession. Further investigation into the matter is in progress. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today expressed optimism that 130 crore Indians will continue to work hard to ensure India reaches new heights as it celebrates its Amrit Mahotsav. In a series of tweets, the Prime Minister said multiple happenings which are heartening to every Indian have been seen as India enters August, which marks the beginning of the Amrit Mahotsav. There has been record vaccination and the high GST numbers also signal robust economic activity. He added that not only has ace shuttler PV Sindhu won a well-deserved medal, but country also saw historic efforts by the men's and women's hockey teams at the Olympics. The Culture Ministry today launched a unique program to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on the Independence Day this year. The initiative connected with the national anthem has been taken up by the ministry to instill pride and unity among all Indians. The people have been invited to sing the national anthem and upload the video on website www.rashtragan.in. The compilation of national anthem will be shown live on the 15th of August. Our correspondent reports that the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is being celebrated across the country to commemorate India's 75 years of independence.
To boost the morale of the players in the Tokyo Olympics, good wishes are pouring from all across the country under the Cheer for India campaign. In the Tokyo Olympics, the Indian women's hockey team today scripted history by qualifying for the Olympic Games semi-finals for the first time ever. The Indians defeated three-time champions Australia by a solitary goal. This comes a day after the Indian men's hockey team entered the Olympic semi-finals after 4 decades, beating Great Britain 3-1 in the last 8. The men in blue will take on Belgium in the last 4 tomorrow. The Indians will meet Argentina in the semi-finals on Wednesday. However, India's Kamalpreet Kaur failed to live up to the expectations in the women's discus throw finals. She finished at the 6th position with 63.70 meter throw. United States' Valerie Orman won gold medal with a best throw of 68.98 meters. In equestrian, Indian participant Fawad Mirza finished on the 23rd spot, while Yulia Cbse of Germany clinched the gold medal by topping the table. Earlier in the morning, Indian sprinter Duti Chand ran her season's best, but still failed to qualify to the semi-finals of women's 200 meters, as she clocked a time of 23.85 seconds to finish last in the heat. In shooting, Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar and Sanjeev Rajput failed to qualify in men's 50-meter rifle 3 positions. India's athletics team will also be in action tomorrow, as Anu Rani will participate in the javelin throw, while Tajinder Singh Tuar will take part in the men's shot put qualification. India's campaign in wrestling will also begin tomorrow.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi is likely to experience generally cloudy sky with light rain. The temperature will hover between 25 and 32 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will observe minimum temperature, which will be between 25 and expected to be around 31 degrees Celsius. In Chennai, the temperature will vary between 27 and 35 degrees. Kolkata will observe a minimum temperature of 28 and a maximum of around 33 degrees. Srinagar will experience partly cloudy skies. The temperature will hover between 19 and 31 degrees. Jammu will have partly cloudy skies with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Leh is expected to have partly cloudy sky. The minimum and maximum temperature will be between 12 and 27 degrees. Gilgit will have a generally cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad will experience thunderstorms. The minimum temperature will be 18 and the maximum will be around 26. Guwahati will have a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Aizawl, Kohima, Itanagar and Gangtok will have generally cloudy skies with 1 or 2 spells of rain. In Shillong, the temperature will hover between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches digital payment solution e-Rupee, says voucher will help in targeted, transparent and leakage-free delivery. Prime Minister to interact with beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana in Gujarat tomorrow. Both houses of Parliament adjourned for the day following pandemonium over Pegasus snooping and farm laws. Parliament passes Inland Vessels Bill seeking to introduce a uniform regulatory framework for inland vessel navigation across the country. President Ramnath Kovind addressed a special function to mark centenary celebrations of Madras Legislative Council, stresses on rational governance to uplift the poor and eradicate social evils. Over 47 crore 78 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. National recovery rate stands at 97.35%. Centre rushes multidisciplinary team to Maharashtra to monitor Zika virus situation in the state. India and China agree to continue effective efforts to ensure stability along LAC in Western sector. Culture Ministry launches unique program to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav on Independence Day this year. And at the Tokyo Olympics, Indian women's hockey team scripts history by reaching Olympic semi-finals for the first time. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.